Flee the city now. Get out of here. They're waging war on the city. They will take you away. Flee for your...
Please stand by for a message from President-elect Joe Biden. America has been unlawfully seized by Donald Trump. He lost the election and has forcefully taken control of the White House and America as a whole. Democracy has fallen. The Battle of Washington, D.C. has concluded with Trump's forces coming out on top. President-elect Joe Biden is unable to speak on this broadcast, but he has made a statement that we will now read. America has changed, and not for the better. Donald Trump has robbed me of the presidency I won fairly. He has decided to wage war on his own country, just to hold on to power. His ego was so unable to handle the idea of losing, that he had to forcefully take power. As such, we have decided to wage war on him and his forces. We will take back what is ours and restore the United States to a democracy. The city of Philadelphia belongs to us. You, as the citizens of this great city, have two options. You can either join our army and go down in history as part of the forces that brought down the oppressive dictatorship that rules over America, or die. If you do not join our resistance, we cannot allow you to potentially fuel Trump's regime. We urge you to join us and go down in history. If you go against us, fight us, resist us, or do anything to damage our resistance movement, then you will be killed. This movement does not have time to deal with those who stand in our way. We hope that you make the right choice, knowing that fighting for freedom is better than death. Thank you for your cooperation. Please stand by for further information. Please stand by for further information. We have new information regarding the current situation with Donald Trump. We have received word that he has now recruited many top US military generals. Trump is now believed to have up to 550,000 troops. He will likely enforce his rule throughout the country. So far he has not ordered moves into any major cities to prevent any resistance, but this will almost certainly change as the days pass. You are advised to not protest. He will almost certainly give troops full permission to use lethal force to restore order to the streets. If you go out to protest, there is a high chance you will encounter troops and subsequently die. We are still waiting for a response from other nations. We will update you on the hour, every hour with further information.
Welcome back to the hourly Fox News update. We have new information on the resistance against President Trump. Biden has recruited a number of top U.S. military generals in order to launch a viable resistance campaign. However, is severely outnumbered as the radical left have no support and most of America have turned to support their true leader, Donald Trump. Biden is planning to launch an expert military training campaign in order to train regular civilians into elite soldiers. This battle has become a battle of quantity versus quality. The radical left versus the patriots who fight for the purity of America.
Please pay attention. A statement from a senior NATO official will soon be made. Please stand by. Please pay attention. A statement from a senior NATO official will soon be made. Please stand by. This classified broadcast has been called for a senior NATO official, who will remain anonymous for his or her protection, to make a statement. The statement reads as follows. The United States has broken into a civil war, with Donald Trump having seized control of Washington, D.C. and Joe Biden now launching a resistance movement. Both have descended into desperation, with both sides losing their morality. Many Americans have been condemned to an awful choice: join either Trump's or Biden's forces, or be killed. As a result of the war crimes from both sides, NATO held a poll for the leaders of every member nation, excluding the USA. The poll asked this one simple question: do we as an organization interfere in the civil war to protect human life? Of the 29 nations who took part in the poll, 23 voted no, and 6 voted yes. Despite the fact that this is enabling the suffering and deaths of potentially millions in the U.S., the result of the poll must be respected, no matter how unfortunate the outcome. NATO members who voted yes must not interfere in the conflict. They took part in the poll and swore an oath to respect the result. This now concludes the statement.
This is a U.S. government broadcast intended for the U.S. military, serving our one true president, Donald J. Trump. The war in D.C. has concluded, and its reconstruction as a military outpost has now commenced. This is estimated to be completed by week commencing December 21st. Washington, D.C. is to become the main military hub in this country, connecting to all other major cities. The president has ordered the military to begin their advance into other major cities, in order to establish further military control in the country, reduce the amount of land the resistance can seize, and expand our military numbers. In other news, NATO has decided to not involve themselves in our business, with Diane Sterblitch having returned to Germany in order to seize control of the country. NATO will be occupied with the war in Europe. This is a U.S. government broadcast, serving our President Donald J. Trump.
This message is broadcast at the request of the United States government, serving our one true president, Donald J. Trump. The United States military have been instructed to begin their assault on major U.S. cities in order to secure this country. As citizens of this country, do not fight back, and do not resist. They will retaliate with lethal force. Any resistance will be dealt with. Men and women between the ages of 16 and 55 will join the military. Children will also be taken to be put into the new United States Military Academy. Those over the age of 55 are no longer needed in the United States. You are instructed to leave them. The military will soon deal with them. Do not resist. You and your families will be met with lethal force. The wise choice is to join us and serve the new United States military. Resistance will not save you, they will not liberate you, and they will not protect you. They want nothing more than the collapse of this country. However, if you join us, the people of this country can help to build a bright and prosperous future, where the U.S. thrives like never before. You have a simple choice. Join us and be part of this new history, or die standing up for a failed system. This has been a broadcast from the United States government, serving our one true president, Donald J. Trump.
This is a resistance broadcast. Only those with a medium clearance level and above are able to watch this broadcast. Our three most high-ranking resistance generals, General Rees, General ALIOSKI, and General Atwell, are all working with Joe Biden to ensure the constant growth and development of the resistance. Our current forces are developing well, with our elite training program currently training our 45,000 troops to be elite-level soldiers. However, we are severely outnumbered, and the training program simply hasn't had enough time to develop. Because of this, our three top generals have submitted a plan to Joe Biden, asking for their current forces to begin taking over northern states, ideally in New England, as it would allow our forces to recruit new people to our elite training program, establish ourselves as a threat and take over land without a large U.S. military presence. However, Joe Biden had rejected this plan, insisting the resistance should instead take control of Midwestern states, as it will increase the potential numbers of people we can recruit, and send a message to the U.S. military that we are a threat. Both plans have their benefits and risks, but the general consensus among those in positions of power in the resistance is that the original plan submitted by the three generals is superior. However, Joe Biden, as leader of the resistance, ultimately has the final say and has made it clear that the resistance must obey his every move, and any attempts to go against him will be punished. The specifics of the plan will not be revealed today, as the risk of U.S. military spies cannot be dismissed. Further details will be available soon. This concludes the broadcast. Have a nice day.
This message comes from the resistance. People of the factories, we are here to offer you a chance to be part of something. A chance to begin again. A chance to fight for something you believe in. The resistance is looking to recruit new soldiers for its army. We are offering the factory workers of the Midwest a chance to join our elite military training program, where you will be trained to become an elite-level soldier, far more efficient and skilled than soldiers in the U.S. military. You can help fight to defeat an almost fascist regime, or you can choose to continue your dull, boring life slaving away in factories, with no purpose or contribution to this country. This message is only being broadcast in the factories of the Midwestern U.S. There is no fear. You will be taken care of, fed, watered, and our state-of-the-art facilities will help you to reach your maximum potential. It is down to you now to make the choice. Will you sit back and let a disgusting, power-hungry Trump slaughter innocents and seize the country to become a dictator? Or will you join the resistance and fight to maintain the American values threatened by Trump? Our transports will soon arrive around the Midwest and you will be alerted shortly as to when transports will arrive in your specific location. Thank you for listening, and we hope you make the right choice.
This is a classified resistance broadcast, coming from General ALIOSKI. This message will only be relayed to high-ranking resistance generals. We have information regarding Biden's operation to recruit members for our training program in the Midwest. The plan has been a success, with an estimated 60,000 new members joining to be trained. Our scouts have been on high alert and we can confirm that the U.S. government are unaware of our operation and still believe that we are no threat to their regime. We control large portions of land in the Midwest and construction in these areas to build military outposts and training centers has commenced. However, I still have my doubts over Joe Biden's military and tactical knowledge. I believe that in a war those that have the tactical knowledge to win a war need to be in control. And Biden is in control purely as a PR tactic, to generate support and continue the Biden versus Trump narrative. His plan was a success, but I believe this plan was a fluke, and in a long attritional war, he will destroy the resistance. But we must wait until he is vulnerable to take over from him, and right now he's popular in the resistance. This has been a broadcast from General ALIOSKI. Have a nice day.
This is a U.S. government broadcast. We have new information regarding the future of this government and our future plans. We apologize for any inconvenience when trying to enter this broadcast. With the potential of resistance spies listening to transmissions, we have to change our broadcast entry keys with every broadcast. We have new information regarding our future operations. Our one true president, Donald J. Trump, created a plan to begin taking control of Philadelphia, amidst fears of the resistance growing in size. He asked for this plan to begin immediately with us to ideally have full military control of the city by Christmas. As of yesterday, this plan was to go ahead. However, the military staff generals met today to discuss this plan, and concluded that they must convince Trump to instead invade nearby Baltimore, as it will take less time, and consume less resources. Trump has agreed to this plan, and it will commence shortly. That is all for this U.S. government broadcast.
People of Pittsburgh, submit yourselves to the resistance. This city is under the control of the resistance and its glorious leader, Joe Biden. Do not resist us. Blood does not need to be spilled here. Join us and help bring down the disgusting Trump regime, or die defending him. You will join us or perish. Pittsburgh belongs to the resistance now.
This is a U.S. government broadcast, available only to specific members of the U.S. military. At 3:45 p.m. today, our one true president, Donald J. Trump, and a select few of our top military generals, agreed on a plan to potentially destroy the resistance once and for all. For obvious reasons, the specifics of this plan will not be revealed, but the plan dubbed Operation Hell's Gate will soon commence. The resistance stand no chance, especially with that incompetent hype man Joe Biden leading them. We will soon expose his complete inability to lead a resistance against us.
Evacuate immediately. Nuclear warheads inbound to the city. Evacuate now. Nuclear warheads will strike within the next few minutes. Evacuate now. Nuclear warheads inbound to the city.
This is an emergency alert from the resistance. Our scanners have detected 50 nuclear warheads on course for Pittsburgh. These missiles will strike within the next few minutes. Evacuate the city if at all possible. If this is not possible, seek shelter underground, ideally in the subway stations. If this is not possible, relocate to an underground car park or basement. The three main effects of a nuclear strike is the extreme heat, extreme light, and the shockwave blast. However, it is imperative that you evacuate if at all possible, as it will dramatically increase your chances of survival. Prepare for the explosion. Brace. 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 This is a broadcast from the resistance. This is a broadcast coming from the three top generals in the resistance. Our leader, Joe Biden, has failed us. As General ALIOSKI predicted, Joe Biden's lack of tactical knowledge and general incompetence may have cost us this war. Our systems were hacked by the U.S. government, and an alert for an imminent nuclear attack on Pittsburgh was issued. However, the nuclear attack was completely falsified by the U.S. military. Their aim was to create sufficient panic amongst our forces as they fled the city, allowing them to pick us off, and it succeeded. Many thousands of our troops have been lost and the city has been lost. Joe Biden failed to properly ensure our systems were safe from cyber attacks, and the lack of preparation means that not even a week after the US military became aware of our rapid expansion, they have crippled us and we must now regroup. The way forward is clear. Joe Biden must be removed. His failure may have cost us this war and he must be removed immediately to protect the future of the resistance. Joe Biden has failed you, and he will pay dearly.
You have one message, President Trump. Playing now.
I have some news, my president. The resistance is in pieces, with many of their high-ranking generals now trying to get Biden removed after his failure in Pittsburgh. It's very likely they'll soon fall at our sword. They are in total disarray and now is our chance to strike them down once and for all.
This is a message coming directly from your leader, Joe Biden. A new operation has been planned. We have suffered heavy losses at the hands of the US government. To keep the pressure on them, our new operation is to begin invading the cities Columbus and Cincinnati. As the active military of the resistance, you are to begin this operation immediately. I am not foolish. I am aware that there are people in the resistance that want me gone. However, I am still your leader. You must follow my orders, and my orders are to begin my military operation and take control of these cities in order to ensure the resistance continues its expansion to keep the pressure on the US. That is all for now.
You're finished, Biden. The resistance will not fall at your incompetent hand. A new leader.
This is an emergency broadcast from the resistance. Joe Biden has released a statement to all of the members of the resistance. The statement is as follows. This is Joe Biden. Earlier today, 2 of our top generals came to my residence today to remove me from office and take control of the resistance. They are now dead. This is a message to reinforce the fact that I am the leader of this organization. Anybody who tries to take matters into their own hands will be executed. I control the resistance. I will continue to lead it until my dying day. You can choose to follow me to victory or leave now. That choice is with you. I will not tolerate traitors. I reiterate my orders. Begin the invasion of Columbus and Cincinnati. I will not tolerate dissent. I and I alone can lead this organization to defeating this fascist and disgusting Trump regime. Attempts to seize it from me might just confirm our defeat. We are in a good position. Our elite program is developing well. We have control of large portions of land in this country, and the US military is developing a dangerous level of confidence. Continue to work with me, and fight for freedom, and we will be able to retake this country. Choose not to, and I will personally see that you and your families are snuffed out like a candle. That is all for now. I will from now on control the resistance broadcasts to prevent any attempts to rally traitorous members.
Welcome to this briefing, President Trump. We have new information on the progress of the resistance and our forces. The resistance controls large parts of the Midwestern USA. They also control Columbus and Cincinnati. They are believed to control territory in New England, but we cannot confirm any specific areas. The 3 main cities we possess full military control of are Washington, D.C., Philadelphia, and New York City. We also possess Baltimore and Pittsburgh after the catastrophic failure of the resistance there. We outnumber them massively. However, we have received word that the resistance is making advances towards Pittsburgh in an attempt to once again seize control of the city. We have received your plans and are now pushing to begin set plans and pour our forces into the city to prevent them from taking control. If we prevent them from taking the city, we will be able to push up and hunt them down. This war is on the brink of shifting massively in our favor.
This is a message from Joe Biden. Progress is going well, with our elite training program going excellently. We have around 105,000 troops who have graduated from the program who are ready to be deployed at short notice. We have another 36,000 in the program who will be available for deployment by early March and another 155,000 who have recently enlisted in the program. We are ready to make a full push towards Pittsburgh. They outnumber us, but our training program means we have thousands of elite-level soldiers at our disposal and they stand no chance. Today will be remembered as the day the war pushed back into our favor. The day Trump and his arrogant generals realize just who they're dealing with. We will soon take Pittsburgh, and begin our advance to the capital. Once there, we will plow the road and arrive on Trump's doorstep. I promise each and every one of you that the White House will be reduced to rubble, as we tear down the Capitol brick by brick and rebuild it, America reborn.
I have new information, my president. Unfortunately, we have suffered heavy casualties in Pittsburgh. We heavily outnumber the resistance, but their forces seem to be a level above ours. They're faster, more efficient, and clearly better trained. Our forces are trying as hard as they can to push back their attempts to advance, but it's looking more and more likely that our hold on the city will soon be lost. Our troop numbers there are steadily decreasing. Before you say anything, I have your plans, but I have to disagree with them. If we push more forces into Pittsburgh, we risk leaving our other cities underprotected. If the resistance takes the city and continues advancing, they face little resistance as our forces would be low, and they would simply plow the road. To do such a thing would be like tearing off your back door to replace your front door. We leave ourselves completely exposed. I strongly advise that you reconsider and order the troops to retreat, so we can regroup and figure out how to stop the advancing resistance forces. This is a critical period in the war. We cannot afford to make rash decisions out of pride or arrogance. Please reconsider. We cannot afford to pour all our eggs in one basket and pay the price as a result.
Orders from the resistance are to push out of Pittsburgh and begin advancing towards Washington, D.C. I repeat, all resistance troops hearing this in Pittsburgh are to push out of the city and begin advancing towards Washington, D.C. Trump has foolishly and arrogantly tried to hold out of Pittsburgh and his numbers are depleted. We will face little resistance on our way to the capital. I repeat for the final time, all resistance soldiers are to leave Pittsburgh and begin the advance towards Washington, D.C.
This is an emergency meeting for the highest-ranking officials in the military. The resistance is beginning to plow the road towards Washington, D.C. Our forces are depleted and their elite-level soldiers are simply too skilled and efficient to be stopped. Our president, out of pride and arrogance, continues to order troops to push forward and is making impulsive decisions. I have been in contact with Ivanka, and she has informed me that he has been erratic and out of control for the past few days, and I believe it is time to remove him to save us. His tactical decisions will cost us the war, and I believe he is unfit to serve as our leader. Steps must be made to remove him from office, and quickly if we are to put up a good fight against the resistance. Generals, this is the time for action.
The White House has been breached. Warning. 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 The White House has been breached.
It's over, Trump. You failed us. Your arrogance may have just cost us the war. We're here to remove you.
I'm sorry, my president, but you have failed this country and your time is up.
Any last...
This is a message from the resistance. This is being broadcast across America. You are free. The oppressive Trump regime that has enslaved millions, torn up the Constitution, and prepared to carry out a plan for world domination so evil and morally bankrupt that it makes the Third Reich look like a group of philanthropists. You no longer need to worry. Today, we destroyed the White House. Donald Trump is dead and his body will soon be dragged out. America has a chance to heal and to learn and grow from this dark period in this nation's history, where for a few months, the country was pitted against itself, friends and families that once laughed and cheered and cried together, now fighting. The man who fanned the flames of hatred and division in this nation is now gone, and we can move on and heal together. It has been a long and bitter few months for you all. Cities have been reduced to rubble, armies seizing cities, the pile of bodies growing higher and higher. But today will be remembered as the day we fought for justice and the American values of democracy, peace, justice, and perseverance won out against hatred, fascism, and control. Donald Trump and his allies sought to take your freedoms, destroy the Constitution and democracy, in order to create total domination across the globe. But we, fighting for freedom and democracy, are the victors. Welcome to a new America.